Have you ever had a really cool idea for an AI app, but then you just got stuck on where to even begin? Well, today, we're going to tackle that exact problem head-on with Google AI Studio. In just the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to go from a simple text prompt to a shareable, working web app. So yeah, let's just jump right in.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll do a quick rundown of what AI Studio even is. Then, we're going to get our hands dirty right away and build a simple chatbot. After that, we'll see how to turn our little creation into actual code, learn the right way to share it so it's secure, and wrap it all up by getting it live on the web. All right, first up, what is Google AI Studio? Honestly, the best way to think about it is as the ultimate sandbox. It's a playground designed specifically to solve that problem of getting your amazing AI ideas out of your head and into a working prototype as fast as humanly possible.
So, at its core, AI Studio is basically a workbench for Google's Gemini models. But here's the key thing to get. It's not about writing tons of complicated code right from the start. No, it's all about quick experiments. It's a place to play around, tweak the models, and most importantly, craft the perfect prompts that bring your idea to life.
So, the whole point here is speed and just trying things. You can start with a single sentence, and from that, build a whole conversational chatbot. You can tune the model's performance right there in the interface. And this is the best part. When you're happy with it, you can just seamlessly turn that prototype into actual code. It totally bridges the gap between idea and execution.
Now for the really fun part. Let's actually build something together. It's going to take just a few steps. We're going to create a custom chatbot, give it a unique personality, and you're about to see just how ridiculously simple it is to get started.
We're going to create a chatbot that genuinely believes it's an alien living on Jupiter's moon, Europa. And the process? It's so straightforward. You just start a new chat prompt, you give the model some basic instructions on who it's supposed to be, and then you just start talking to it to see how it does.
And this right here, the system instruction, this is basically the entire personality of our chatbot. I mean, look at how simple that is. It's just a descriptive little paragraph that tells the AI how to act, what tone to use, even how long its replies should be. This, my friends, is the magic of prompt engineering.
So, you've written your prompt, you've tested it out, and your little alien chatbot is behaving exactly like you wanted. That's an awesome prototype. But what's next? Now you need to turn this little experiment into some actual code.
And this is where AI Studio is just fantastic. It doesn't lock you into its own little world. Once you get your prompt perfect, there's a simple button right there that says Get Code. You click that and boom, AI Studio spits out the code in your favorite language, with all your prompts and settings already baked in, ready for you to build on.
Now, before we go any further, this is a super important point. The code that AI Studio gives you is designed to run right in a user's web browser. That's amazing for prototyping and showing people your idea, but it is not secure for a real-world application because calling the API from the browser means you're exposing sensitive stuff, which we need to talk about right now. And that brings us to maybe the most critical part of this whole thing: security. Before you go sharing your amazing creation with anyone, we absolutely have to talk about API keys and how to handle them the right way.
Okay, I really need you to hear me on this one. When you get that code from AI Studio, there's a placeholder for your API key. You must never, ever replace that with your real, secret API key in the code. Why? Because it runs in the browser, which means anyone, literally anyone, can just view the page source and steal your key. But this is actually where AI Studio's design is brilliant. It handles security during collaboration using the Google Drive sharing model you already know. Your app starts out private, but you can share it just like a Google Doc. And here's the best part. When your friend runs the app, AI Studio is smart enough to use their API key, not yours, so your key stays safe and sound.
Okay, so you've built your prototype, you understand the security rules for sharing it, so now what? How do you get your creation out of the sandbox and actually live on the internet for everyone to see? You've basically got two main paths you can take. The easy way is deploying right to Google Cloud Run. It's a one-click process that cleverly sets up a little middleman, a proxy server, that hides your key. The only catch is that server uses your API key for every single user. The other way is to download the code and host it yourself, which gives you way more control, but it's also more work.
So, when you're ready to graduate from a simple prototype to a real production app, the best practice is to move all that logic that talks to the Gemini API onto a secure backend.
Tools like Firebase AI Logic or a server-side SDK are designed for exactly this. They make sure your precious API key is never, ever exposed to the public.
Now, for those of you who want total control, you can absolutely deploy this thing manually. It just means you download the project, you run a few commands on your own server to get everything installed and built, and then you set up a web server like NGIX to show the files to the world. It's definitely more hands-on, but it gives you ultimate flexibility.
And there you have it. In just a couple of minutes, we've gone from a totally blank slate to a fully formed idea, we built a working prototype, and we even looked at how to get it live on the web. It just goes to show how fast you can bring an AI-powered idea to life with these tools. So the only question left is, what are you going to build?